What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And before we get into today's topic and today's video, I just want to thank everyone out there who supports the channel. Thank you for everyone that likes it, that subscribes, that comments. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys. You are my motivation. You are my light. You are my energy. You are the reason why that I keep doing this. So thank you so much for your support. It's greatly appreciated. Now, with that being said, today's video is something different. It's actually about a girl that actually, a modern woman that actually listened to the information that was given to her. This is rare. We rarely ever see a woman actually listen. Oftentimes they are combative, and we understand it because they were raised and brought up in a system that indoctrinated them with erroneous propaganda, and that is very hard to break. Which is why we compare this to the Matrix. You know, we've been given a pill that have put in us in what you would call like a trance, and it's there to condition us, to program us to behave and to think a certain way, much like the Matrix, just put under the guise of the influence of a society that has each and every individual think and behave a certain way, and by doing that they're able to control the population. If you can control how people think, then you can control everything that they do and every aspect of who they are. With the content and the uprising of different male creators and our ability to share information and actually reach out with one another and share our stories, share our heartaches, share our struggles, our trials, our tribulations, our pains, as well as our victories. This is something we have not had in a very long time. The internet can be used for so many miscellaneous and egregious things, from criminal to downright disgusting. But it can also be used to bridge people together, and I think that's what has happened over the last decade or so, especially amongst men. We figure out and find out that we are not alone in the different things we were struggling with internally. We find out that a lot of things that we were suffering, millions of other men were suffering with as well, because they've also grown up in broken homes. They've also grown up without fathers or without a strong male figure in their life. And we've been told the same thing when it comes to relationships. Simping is not an anomaly. Simping is global. And you just have a society of men who have been trained, brought up, and taught to just be simps their entire lives. And we've come to realize that what we've been taught and what we've been indoctrinated with is not helping us. It's actually a detriment. And it is not what women want. That the things that women are, our mothers and our aunts and our cousins and the females we have in our lives, the things that they told us women want is the things that women want cerebrally. This is what they want. Because to say they want anything opposite of an upstanding gentleman, someone who's honest, someone who's emotionally available, someone that can communicate, to say they want someone opposite of that speaks to their character. And women do not like to appear immoral. They don't like to appear promiscuous. This is why they push back so hard against the body count argument. They push back so hard against body count. It doesn't matter. It's none of your business. You're insecure. This is why they fight hard against that, because they know having a high body count, if they would accept the truth, they know that it diminishes them, that it brings their value down as a woman. Chastity has always been valued in women, always. And you can't take what has always been valued in a woman since the beginning of time and then try to transform it into someone else. Or something else. So they're fighting hard to try to get society to look at this differently. But men who are real men, not simps, men who stand on their word, men who are firm, men who are grounded, men that have backbones, men that are traditional, are saying no. We're not accepting that. That was never acceptable then, and it is not acceptable now, at least not to us. And the funny thing about it is, they can go away and say you're insecure and it doesn't matter and blah, blah, blah. And they can go be with a man who says he doesn't care about it, who doesn't care about it. But the thing is, these simps that they will go and be with, they don't respect them. This is why they never stay. They want a masculine man, but they cannot keep hold of a masculine man. A masculine man, you know, if she's attractive, he might, you know, he'll have a one night stand with her. He'll have some sexual innuendos and fun with her and rendezvous and things like that, but he will never marry her. He will never make her his wife. And this is what destroys them, and this is what drives them crazy, because they want to be wanted and made it by these men, by masculine men, by masculine traditional men. But these men will not have them as wives. They won't make them wives. They don't want them to be the mother of their children. So by their actions, women are forcing themselves and backing themselves into a corner where the only men that will take them when they have a body count higher than the lives lost in the Civil War is simps. And they do not want to be with these men. These men are hitting them up all day long. These men are swiping right on them all day long. They're sending them DMs all day long. They do not respect these men. Remember what I said in the last video. It's the adorer and the adored in a relationship. Women do not like to be the adored. They like to be the adorer. They must be the adorer. Because if they are the adored, whatever guy that's adoring them, they will eventually get bored and they will eventually leave him. So in this video today, we have a woman who was doing OnlyFans. She was in the club. She was doing with, in general, what most other modern women were doing today, what they're told to do today, what they think gives them value and power today. And she actually had a 180. So she's been listening to the different information, specifically that was coming from the Fresh and Fit podcast, and she actually did a complete 180 with her life. So I'll play the video, we'll take a listen to it, and then we'll come back.
Life changing. Do want to apologize to my mom because I know I've been a disappointment, and you know, I just have to thank Myron that I'm doing better now so that I can make my mom proud. I don't mean to cry. But yeah, like I finally left the club. I'm deleting OnlyFans, and I just want to, I learned a lot from Fresh and Fit, and it's really, really been better for me. I'm a better woman for it, and I hope that you ladies actually take this information and learn from it, because it really will help you, and it's not, you know, misogyny or anything like that. I really hope that you ladies learn from this, and ladies that are watching, I hope that you actually aren't just hearing it. I hope that you're listening, because it's life-changing.
So she says something very significant towards the end there. She made a different, I always have trouble saying this word. She differentiated between listening and hearing. These two are not the same, guys. I always say this. This is why we have two ears to hear, one mouth to speak. A wise man should do more listening in his life than he does speaking. Same thing for a wise woman. She said, I hope you're not just hearing what they're saying. I hope you are listening, because there is a difference between the two. To hear something is just audible. If someone opens their mouth and makes a noise, did you hear it or not? If someone opens their mouth and they're singing song lyrics, did you hear it or not? Hearing is just audible. If a tree gets cut down and it hits the ground, you hear it. That's audible. Squirrels running across my roof, that's audible. The reason why I'm using that is because I got squirrels running across my roof. I have a yard with a lot of trees in there. Some of the branches hang over the roof, so the squirrels have a high speed line transit between tree to roof, back to tree. But anyway, audible relates to hearing. Anything that makes a sound that your ears can pick up, you can hear it. Listening is something totally different, guys. Because if you hear something valuable, if you hear something wise that can benefit you, but you don't listen, then the information had no change. The information is of no benefit to you. So it's not good enough just to hear. We have to also listen. That's why it says you must listen to wise counsel. Not hear wise counsel. Not hear good advice. You must listen to good advice. Because when you listen to something, there's an intent behind it. There's an intent to hear what they're saying, and then there's a follow-up. There's an action that's put to it. Listening always denotes an action. Always. When you listen to something that was said to you that's valuable, that you believe could be a benefit to your life, you put what you heard into action. And that's the difference between hearing and listening. So she's saying, I hope you don't just hear it, guys. I hope you listen to what they're saying, because it's not misogyny. The things that they were saying had me turn my life around. I got out the club. I got rid of my OnlyFans. I'm now living a life that makes my mom proud. She said her mom, so I'm assuming her dad is not in her picture. Which makes sense, because a lot of women that end up on OnlyFans don't have and did not have a strong male figure in their life, and I mean their father. So she's saying, listen to it. It's valuable information. You can't change how men are. You can't change how men feel. You can't change what men value. And men value chastity. Men value women who haven't had a lot of sexual partners. They value women who hasn't had their bodies out there shown all over the place. Men value modesty. This is what we value in women. We'll definitely sleep with a woman who's not modest. We'll definitely sleep with a woman that's very sexual. We'll definitely sleep with a woman who has a OnlyFans or who's in the club or leading a life contrary to what a traditional woman would do. But when it comes down to marriage and motherhood and being a family and settling down, this is not what men want, and you can't change their mind. You can't guilt them into it. You can't shame them into wanting it. You can't coerce them. None of this stuff works. And these are the tactics that women keep trying. When a man says he doesn't like A, they try to shame him. They call him names. They say he's stupid. They say he's weak. They say he's insecure. These tactics don't work on strong masculine men. So if you want a strong masculine traditional man, the only option is for a woman to become what it is that these men want. There are no shortcuts. You can't just make something up and make it your way. You can't just try to bend and manipulate what men want to accept what you are. That's not what men want. Men don't want that. Men want what men want. And guys, she said this information changed her life. But for every one person whose life the information changes, there's 100 other people who just heard it and they didn't listen. They heard the same information she heard, but it was of no value and no benefit to them. Why? Because they didn't put it into practice. She put it into practice. So the information she heard clicked on the inside. It touched something on the inside in her. It touched her in a deep place. It hit her in intimate places in her mind and in her heart, in her soul, that made her change her life. For every one person that this information does that to, or any information that's beneficial, it could be information about God. And you can have 100 people in a room and only 2 people hear it and actually listen. And you can even see on this panel, there was people when she was speaking that heard, but it made no connection. They heard it, but it made no difference. It went in one ear and out the other. It didn't do what it did for her. It didn't go in her ear, into her mind, matriculate in her mind, move down to her heart, and cause a reaction, cause a change in her life. For some people, it just went in one ear and out the other. In particularly, there was a girl, actually 2 of them, that was just staring off in space when she was speaking. And this is an example of people hearing information that can be beneficial to their lives, but it makes no connection with them. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean so you can see this woman's face. She was spitting pure facts. But what's pure facts to one may not be pure facts to another person. Let's run it back. Let's play it again, and I'll pause it so you can see exactly what I'm talking about.
Do want to apologize to my mom because I know I've been a disappointment, and I just have to thank Myron that I'm doing better now so that I can make my mom proud. I don't mean to cry. But yeah, I finally left the club. I'm deleting OnlyFans, and I just want to, I learned a lot from Fresh and Fit, and it's really, really been better for me. I'm a better woman for it, and I hope that you ladies actually take this information and learn from it because it really will help you.
Right there. Look at the girl in the black. She's there on a panel, but she ain't really there. Now, it could be the alcohol because I see red cups, so I'm assuming they're all drinking something. So maybe she's just faded. But that doesn't make a difference. That still adds to the point and makes the point. She ain't hearing it. She's not in a headspace where she can hear it. She can't hear it emotionally. She can't hear it spiritually. She can't hear it psychologically. That's most women that hear this information. They can't hear it because they ain't in a place to hear. And that brings me to my final and the most important part of what this girl did. This information she received from Fresh and Fit, and she called Myron out personally, resonated with her to the point where she changed her life and made her reevaluate the things that she was doing and the person that she was becoming and the person that she was. With every change of life, there has to come a change of scenery. It's not just good enough to change who you are. You have to change who you associate with, and you have to change your environment. You can't hang with the same people, and you can't go to the same places. This proves it right here. Look at the girl in the black. Whenever you change your life for the better, somebody always got somebody like the girl in the black that's in their life that they need to chop off. And I don't know this girl's name, but I'm using her, I'm symbolizing, because we all have somebody like that when we try to change our life. You can't change your life, guys, and keep the same social circles. You can't change your life and go to the same places. You can't change your life and keep hanging around the same environments. When you change your life for the better, you have to do better and you have to meet better. You have to change your social circles. If there's anybody in your social circle and in your life that's living the life that you're getting away from, that you're trying to run away from, then you need to change your social circle, guys. So the fact that she stopped OnlyFans, the fact that she's no longer in the club, she's on her way there.
I don't think I would be able to do things that I do these days 100 years ago. And with that, women become more masculine.
So since men don't want the masculine traits, and I don't think that most women want the feminine traits, why would you continue to orient and move society towards this, where women are gaining more masculine traits just in lieu of the fact that they have to go provide? Does that seem like sensible policy to you?
Independence. So the feeling that you have a freedom to do what you want to do, not depend on a man, is intoxicating. It's freeing.
So it's hedonism. But really, what you're talking about is just hedonism. So even though these are things which you think in society are pretty much bad, the fact that now women are far more masculine and that's not good for the dynamic between men and women, you would still say that, well, we should still have it, we should still push towards it, because after all, for women, it's good that they can have the choice to be hedonists.
I rest my case.
I rest my case.
Modern women have become an abomination. You can't build a life with someone like that. Oh, and by the way, this girl doesn't know what hedonism even means. Just saying.